Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the Dragon Ball Z Figuarts Mechanics Trunks' Time Machine, which is a pretty exciting thing because people have wanted a time machine for Trunks for forever. Here's the thing, people wanted it for the SH Figuarts Trunks. We got it in the Figuarts Mechanics line, which is for the Figuarts figures. But is it gonna be scaled well enough for the Figuarts for people to want to buy it? I don't know, I haven't tried it yet. We're gonna find out together. But it's cool on its own for sure, so we're going to talk about that on its own merits, and then of course I'll let you know if it'll work for the Figuarts as well. So let's go ahead and not get it off the stand because it's too big for the stand, but it is sitting here with the box. So let's get this part done, and then we'll go ahead and take a closer look. Okay, so this thing, there's not going to be a whole lot to really talk about because it doesn't really move. I mean, it's not an action figure, it's just a pretty much static thing, but that's okay. It stands almost exactly 12 inches tall, just a tiny bit shy of that, which makes it just about 30 centimeters, probably just a hair above that. And as you can see, there's no paint on it. It is still just part of the Figuarts line, so nothing painted, but we do have a good variety of molded parts, and then you do have the stickers. So all of these yellow lines on here are stickers I put on. All of these things down here are stickers. You have the unique sticker right here for this front part that says Hope. And there's not much else to look at on the outside. On the inside, however, we do have some more stickers and some more detail. So let's go ahead and pop up the dome. And the cool thing about the dome is it does have a hinge back here, and then it has a tab and a little locking mechanism right here, so it'll snap shut. It doesn't just flop around, it actually snaps, so that's good. But then you can go ahead and open it up, and on the inside you can see we have all of these different pieces, and the bright green parts are actually just a translucent green plastic, which is part of the model kit, and then the red and the blue parts are stickers. So yeah, as long as you put them on nicely, it's got some detail to it, and of course, if you wanted to spruce it up, you could easily pop some paint in there. It's all sculpted nicely. Nice clean sculpt, but definitely doesn't have any paint. It does have some nice details. You can see we have the one joystick here, another one type of thing over here, and then like a shifter shaped thing on that side, so nice little details. And then back here, you can see we have the blanket tucked away right there, and just some armrests for the chair, and some nice details. So yes, it's still a model kit with not very much color on it, and that's what it's supposed to be, so that's fine. As a little bit of a bonus with the time machine, you do get this. You have to build it. It's technically a model kit, but there's not a whole lot to it. It's the cell carcass cocoon thingy when he, I guess, molts and turns into his different shape. So, I mean, it is sculpted relatively nicely, I guess. It's kind of leaning to one side to give it a little bit of style, but it's just solid olive drab green, and doesn't really have much going on. A lot of hollow parts, not meaning this part, but like the legs and stuff are hollow, so I don't know. It doesn't even have stickers for the eyes, so it doesn't really add much value, but you do get it. So, I mean, if you wanted to paint it up, it'd be kind of cool to throw on the shelf with your DBZ collection, but it's not particularly impressive, but it's included, so I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess. Here's what we need to show you. Here's the important part. First, I'll show you against the Figuarts Trunks. So we're going to set this back here so we have better perspective. And you are looking from a top down, so it does throw off the sizing a little bit, but I'll put him right there. So he stands about there. All right, let me drop the camera just so you have a better idea. Okay, so I'll get it back up so you can see the top, don't worry. But for now, this will work. So you have Trunks, and he's pretty much standing straight up and down. Nothing really special about that. So that's how big the Figuarts Trunks is in relation to this guy. And here's the SH Figuarts Trunks standing next to both of them. So you can see there's a dramatic size difference. Trunks here is obviously quite a lot smaller than this Trunks. How is he going to fit inside? Let's find out. So let's move the camera back up to the top. There we go. And let's go ahead and put the Figuarts Trunks in first, because that's what it's supposed to fit. That it's not made for Figuarts. I want to be clear. It is not made to fit Figuarts. So if it is usable, that's purely a bonus. It's not a negative for it to not fit the Figuarts. So let's put the Figuarts Trunks in, and I'm just going to set them in place. We're not going to pose them or anything. Alright, so there's Figuarts Trunks sitting in it. It's not supposed to be particularly spacious, although you guys should probably know by now, if you've ever watched Dragon Ball Z in particular, or, because that's what this is from, or if you looked at the manga, scaling is not necessarily accurate or consistent across every image. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but that's how it fits the trunks that it's made for. Okay, not particularly spacious, but spacious enough. He fits in the chair rather nicely. No problem. So that's good. On its own merits, it's perfectly awesome, perfectly fine. If you're collecting the Figuarts kits, then this is definitely one you want to pick up. It's super cool. But I know a lot of you do collect only the Figuarts, so we're going to see how the Figuarts Trunks looks in this time machine. He is definitely going to be small, but will it be passable? And the answer is, barely. Not really. He's definitely supposed to be sitting up higher. I mean, you're supposed to be able to see him. Could you fudge it if you set something in there so that he sat a little higher? I think so. I think if you wanted to give him a little bit of a booster seat, it would probably be good enough for your displays. And with the dome closed, of course, it looks about the same. But, you know, I mean, you could really just stretch your imagination and say it's in scale, but it's definitely too big for the Figuarts. The booster seat idea, I think, is probably your better option because he'll be up like that, and it'll look more in line with what it's supposed to be. But what I would suggest, because what's the point of having him in there anyway, is go ahead and get one, even if you do only have the Figuarts collection. Set that in the back of the shelf just so that it's part of your display, and then leave Trunks and everyone else as an action figure on another part of your shelf. You know, put him in front of it or something. Use it as kind of like a backdrop prop. And, you know, it doesn't look like he's incredibly small. Well, actually, at that angle it does. But he doesn't look exceptionally small next to it if it's just used as a prop. So I would say go ahead and grab it. It doesn't cost very much, depending on what sale pricing you get it at. You can get it probably for, what, like 60 bucks maybe? But I know it goes up to like 75, I think, for the actual retail price. So yeah, I mean, it's not incredibly cheap, but it's not incredibly expensive, and there's no reason to expect we're gonna get one that's made for Figuarts anytime soon. So I would say go ahead and pick it up. It's easy to build, it's fun to build, and it's a nice looking piece. So there it is, guys. I do recommend it, but be aware that it is definitely too big officially for the Figuarts. For this guy though, not a problem at all. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And in the meantime, keep collecting.